not that impressed. He's like, this is too small. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, he's like, this is too thin. It's suspicious.
Yeah. Because his previous armor, like we said, because Adamar make fun of it, it was outdated, it was bulky, it was big. This is the iPhone to his previous iPod.
His BlackBerry. To his
BlackBerry. There you go. To his BlackBerry. Look at you.
That was good. I know. I'm proud.
Pat.
Yes.
She's like, all right, try it.
Mm-hmm.
So he just stands there while Roland and Watt just grabs this big log and boom, hits Will with him. And he's like, I felt nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Then we cut to the tournament. It's the Lagny-sur-Marne tournament.
Yeah, totally.
And we see a knight struggling to get on his horse. And I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I like that most knights have really big, bulky armor, so they struggle to get on the horse. He even has a stool. His two squires are helping him up. Like, it's a struggle. And then we cut to Will walking by all the rest of the knights, and they're all laughing at him because he has this very dainty-looking armor. But he immediately just gets up on his horse and everyone's quiet.
Yeah.
I really like that. Then he on his horse and he's like, what do we know about this knight? And Roland was like, oh, he raised the taxes of his people. They're starving just to get into this tournament. He's very evil. And then they kind of look at each other. Probably. So they were gaslighting him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like this might be toxic, but I feel like great friends gaslight each other all the time. For their own good.
Yes. However, I feel like in situations like that, you know when you're being gaslit and you're just like willfully believing it. Yes.
It's willful gaslit. It's like, I know you're gaslighting me, but I'll accept your truth.
Yes. Because I need
I feel like you do
right
that
now believe like this is the truth, right? Like, yeah.
You do that to me and I'm okay with it. Just tell me I'm great at my job, Casey. That's all I need.
Yeah.
And then we see Jocelyn again. Amazing black dress.
Yeah.
Kind of see-through. It has like really cool embroidering, really cool hat. I don't know if we call it a hat, but just dressed to the nines again.
Mm-hmm.
The maid is there. I hope the maid I feel like there's a lot of deleted scenes with the maid and Roland because there was something going on between those two. You kind of catch them talking to each other in the background.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was a little sad that they like didn't get all of the characters together with like everybody else, you know?
Yeah. Christiana, that's the name of the maid, Christiana.
Yes.
So anyway, Will just kicks the other knight's ass. Like immediately dehorses him. Very spectacular. I think there was one, I forget if it was this one, but there's a fun fact that one of the times one of the knights wasn't supposed to be dehorsed and they kept it in the film. But like the stunt actor, he got knocked out. Like he was bad.
Yeah. Oof.
But he was fine later, but they kept that. So yeah, like the jousting was real.
Yeah. We
immediately get cut to the Count going against the knight that surrender with Will. And we get the Count Ademar's herald introducing Count Ademar, trying a little bit of Chaucer's introduction, but failing. While Chaucer is shining a little mirror, a light on his face. Yeah, this is a high school movie.
No, that is so you-coded. Like, that is so Jesus-coded.
This is why I was a bard.
Yeah.
My next campaign, I'm a monk. And it's interesting because I'm supposed to be basically Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda.
Good luck. Yeah. No, like, so much. Yeah. Actually, this is the reasoning behind why it's Jesus coded. I'll give some context. There were a few weeks where every time I would talk in a status that we were in together, I would unmute myself, I would start talking, and Jesus would message me, "You have a booger in your nose." I wouldn't even be on camera, and he'd be like, "You have a booger in your nose."
And he would still wipe it.
Oh my God. No, because I would never see it. I was just like, who the fuck is pinging me right now while I'm trying to speak? And you got me I was like, oh my God, it's just Jesus. It's just Jesus. So yeah, you're shining the light in my eyes.
I stopped for a while because I knew people were like trying to like starting to ignore me. So I'm going to start again once people forget. I actually started doing it with Mater. And he was presenting, and he was on camera, and I'm like, "You have booger." And he's like talking, he's like, "Did this?" And I'm like, "Ha!"
It finally worked. That's funny.
Oh, it has worked. I've done it to Emma and to Ramsey, and both of them have like.
That's crazy. Wow, I'm so confident in my clean nostrils. You can't gaslight me.
But the funniest thing is when you're off camera and I tell you how booger, and Emma has told me like she's like, wait, what? Wait, no, I'm off camera. It's my favorite thing. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So the other night, Sir Thomas Colville. Turns out it's not really Sir Thomas Colville because right after the Count Ademar's introduced, we get some shuddering, some in the background, and then Count Ademar gives up. He lets Sir Thomas win, and this is very real character. Like we know he thinks that's a weakness. This is weird, and this is where Roland tells Willem, there's only one reason for that happening, is that's royalty. So they know Sir Thomas is royalty. So up next is Will and Sir Thomas, and then that's where Wat finds out that it's actually the Black Prince of Wales. He's gonna be the next king. So no, you don't want to hurt him. We have to surrender. Like we have to lose. Obviously, he's like, no, he's willingly endangering himself, just like I am, and like it's almost like it's a metaphor. So was he actually around during Joffrey Chaucer's?
Yeah. So his nickname, the Black Prince. They were actually connected in real life. Joffrey Chaucer's wife was the sister to Catherine de Rote, who married the Black Prince's brother, John of Gaunt. So there is like a distant connection. Was
this after this time period or before?
I don't know.
Because I kind of want to know how accurate it was.
Yeah.
Because if it was before, then obviously they would have known each other. But if it was after, they probably wouldn't have known each other. I'm curious. But anyway, by the way, to anyone curious, if you hear Casey typing, that is the sound of a Tuxie Purple Panda keyboard.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Hell yeah.
Just so you know, the only reason that I know is because she told me.
It's my favorite. There are different sound
of clicking sounds for keyboards. They all sound the same to me. But Will's like, no. He knows what he's doing. I'm not going to surrender. So Will charges. I want to know how much of a distance they have, because Will charges and the prince didn't even have his lance because he just yells lance. So he has the time to grab his lance, position himself, and start charging Will. So they joust and Will wins. Actually, I feel like once the prince, what's his actual name?
Edward.
The prince? Edward. Prince Edward. Once Prince Edward reveals himself very well, and he basically probably can't compete anymore because he's the prince. So by default, William wins. And he is not happy about it because he didn't get to compete against the Count, and he didn't get really to compete against Prince Edward because he just won. So he's so butthurt that he's mean to Jocelyn, and he calls him a silly girl. And this is kind of where you see Jocelyn's maid and Roland in the back flirting. But yeah, like, and Chaucer's like, what are you doing, man? Why are you being such an asshole? But yeah, Will is kind of mean. And then we cut to some more jousting, and Will is winning all of these tournaments. And then again, this movie does an amazing thing of cutting to Count Ademar at war, and it's a different movie. The tone is different. The editing feels different.
Yeah.
The angle of the camera is like, this is that little tiny part at the beginning of the movie where you think this movie is going to be an epic. This is that. Yeah, so Count is in his camp, and the servant dude, whatever, the other guy brings him the jousting tournament results. And it's all William. It's all Ulrich. He gets pissed. He literally flips the table. Because Ulrich von Liechtenstein is winning all the tournaments. So they're both kind of like mad at each other. I will say this. Count Ademar, bad guy, evil dude. But he kind of is more of a badass than Will. Because at the beginning, when Jocelyn asked him, like, do you actually like participate in war, or do you just pretend to fight? He actually is a warrior. He will kill Will.
He'll kill Bill.
Boo.
Anyway, so I did look it up. Chaucer's sister-in-law didn't marry Prince Edward's brother until like the last 5 years of Chaucer's life. So they wouldn't have known each other when Chaucer was this young.
Oh, okay. How old did Chaucer? How old was he when he died?
56 to 57.
It's not bad for medieval.
Yeah, and they were only, his sister-in-law and Prince Edward's brother were only married for like 3 years. Because I guess they also got married like in their late 50s, early 50s. Crazy. So old. Good for them. I know.
Now my dad said that he's in his midlife crisis at 66.
So funny.
My dad said he's gonna live to 120. I kind believe him. So we cut to Will and the gang and at like a barn or something. And Will is holding a rose and he's thinking about Jocelyn, and he asks Chaucer to write Jocelyn a letter. He kind of starts, but he's not great at it. So he kind of asks for help. So Roland chimes in a little bit.
It's like an ad-libs game. Like they are just like filling in the blanks here. Like going around the circle.
It really is.
Yeah. Very funny.
I was just checking. Okay. Yeah, it's like a romantic Mad Libs.
Yes.
Chaucer is composing all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of cut back and forth between that and Jocelyn reading the letter. What is in the background? I have a strong suspicion that what contribution was about food. It wasn't about a woman or a girl, because he says that he was working as a like in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And everything he says feels very like about sweet bread or something like that. So I think he's just talking about food.
So
and I love
funny.
that about him.
Yeah, it's his love affair with bread.
Yeah, no, 100%. Then kind of Jocelyn grabs the paper, holds it lovingly. Cut to them in Paris. So we get a little bit of like establishing shot of the River Seine, right?
It's like Seine.
I think it's Seine.
I don't think it's Seine, but
you know what? Fuck the French.
Yes, so true.
You see a little bit of Paris in the background, and you get this play. I think they're talking about like the Jesus betrayal, right? Like around that. Seems poignant to the plot. I kind of love and hate this little scene. It took me out. I don't think like why is it like everything is so focused that why is this here? But then I like the performance of the guy through the play. But I'm like, why? What does it mean? So I feel like because everything means something in this movie, this made me think too much about what it means.
Yeah.
But then we got to Will getting ready for the joust, and then Watt writes in and saying Jocelyn read the letter and she loves it. She's coming to Paris to see you. He's so excited, and he's like, she has something else for me. Give it to me, Watt. Give it to me. And Watt kisses him.
That was so good.
And then spits. Okay, so here's my other thing about Watt. Watt kisses Will and spits. I don't think that's anything homophobic. I think Watt is asexual. I think Watt doesn't understand that.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Asexual coded for real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Was it intentional in the early 2000s? Probably not.
No.
But I feel like it's like...
Yeah.
Again, Chaucer wearing an amazing quote. Everything he wears is so good.
I'm gonna like put it on a Pinterest board as like fashion inspo.
Please do. Please make Samuel start dressing up like Chaucer.
No, I'm dressing up like Chaucer. Fuck you.
You know what? We are going to the Ren Fair. I expect to see some Chaucer.
Damn, you're right.
Clothing. No, like seriously, I thought you went as an adult. That's why I didn't push it. Like you need to go as an adult. Like.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Nita she's gonna be mad at you.
Yeah, that's fair. And then she can make fun of my laugh again, and then we'll be even.
She didn't make fun of your laugh. I made fun of it.
She did. Yeah.
She supported it, but oh man, it's gonna be a long recording.
I know.
We're not even done.
Oh, but we're so close.
So Jocelyn's coming to Paris.
Yes.
Will is excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to the gang minus Will at a pub.
Mm-hmm.
And Chaucer is talking to the most French people in the world. They are so French.
So.
I was just like, it wouldn't be around this at this time, but I want to see the baguette and the stripy
and the fucking
shirt
the hat
and everything, the twirling mustache. But no, but they were so French.
Yes.
So Chaucer made a bet, and or he wants to make a bet that Will is going to win the tournament, and Watt and Kate are kind of immediately in. Roland is like, I don't know. He's the He's the lead. He's the leader of the party. Like I said, nothing happens without Roland.
Yeah, I know. This is true.
So Chaucer is trying to convince Roland to get in on the vet. And the French start making fun of them. And they're like, no Englishman can ever win in French soil. Sorry, in French soil. Like, even the Pope himself is French. And they're like, yeah. And Roland says the best line, Pope might be French, but Jesus is English. You're on. Yeah. And then they start chanting the most soccer-coded song ever. Liechtenstein. So good. Then we cut to the weirdest scene in the whole movie. There's a shot where you're looking down the holy water in the Cathedral Notre Dame.
Horrible.
And it's like a weird...
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there was like a worst scene ever, it would just be this part of the scene. Like...
Yeah.
The way that they do her fucking face digitally on the water.
Because it feels like they went in Photoshop, but they just did whoop, like that.
Yep.
Like it's just a slide kind of thing. It was it was bad.
Made it just a little bit transparent. Not like fully, but just a little bit.
Yeah, way too solid. Way too solid.
Yes, yeah.
Like, it felt like that water was more like mercury than water.
No, for real. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, they should have just not done that at all.
We have the shot in Notre Dame, and Jocelyn is there, again, dressed like a beautiful butterfly. Like, I don't know what she's dressed like, but I just love everything. Her hair is wild. Sometimes it's very long, sometimes it's short.
Sometimes it's dyed.
Sometimes it's dyed.
Yeah.
I doubt there were extensions back then. Maybe they were.
Yeah.
But
or pink streaks. Yeah.
Pink streaks. But then William shows up and immediately fucks it up. She's like, tell me some poetry. I want to hear from you. He's like, your breasts. So I didn't know why he said that, but it's a callback. Because when they first started writing the letter, I forget it was Roland or what, but it might have been what.
I actually do remember that, yeah.
But again, he doesn't say it in a sexual way because he doesn't understand sexual meaning. No. Like, he's just like, girls have boobies, I guess you can talk about that.
Yeah, guys seem to like that.
But yeah, and then he fucks it up even more than that. He says the one thing that Jocelyn didn't want to hear was, I'm going to win the tournament for you. And she knows that he's full of it. He's not going to do it for her. He's going to do it for him. And she immediately calls him out on that. Like, she's like, no, you're doing this for yourself. Don't, like, fuck you. So he's like, all right, what do you want me to do? What do you want from me? Like, keep in mind, the last time they talked, he was an ass to her also.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, what do you want to do? And she's like, lose. No, lose the tournament. No, fuck you. And then he leaves.
It's just like, if he had come a little bit more prepared with like some nice, like lovely little things to say to her, he never would have ended up in this situation. But he really thought he could write this beautiful, verbose letter and then show up and be like, I like your tits. Yeah, that's going to go over well, King.
Something I've never said to anyone in my life.
Good.
Surprisingly. But the whole scene, I love that it's a wide shot.
Yes.
And you see the whole cathedral.
Yeah.
And it shows back them going back and forth. And you see the dynamic. Not until the end, where she challenges him and he kind of rejects it, is when you get a close-up of them.
Yeah.
Cinematography, it's amazing in this movie. Cut to tournament day, and then we get the end of another amazing Chaucer intro. He gets all the crowd riled up and cheering for Will, we've been saying Will, but really they're cheering for Ulrich.
Yeah.
I did forget to mention when they were writing the note, and he's like, they're all putting their like little 2 cents, and at the end Will says, "Love Will," and they pause, and Chaucer's like, "You mean Ulrich?" That hurt.
And then didn't he like do something else? Like
that was sad.
He kind of like maneuvered around it and just like left it like yours truly or something like that. Or did he sign it as Ulrich?
Oh, I don't remember. Maybe. That sounds about right.
I don't think he signed it as Ulrich. I think he found a workaround.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll believe it without watching it again. I'll believe it. Next time I watch it, I'll see it. But
okay,
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know if you're very familiar with D&D, but when you're a bard and you bardic inspiration, that means that in mechanics, you give an extra die for the player to roll.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but it's up to them to roll it. And sometimes they'll forget it and they won't use your bardic inspiration. This is what Will did here.
Deadass.
Because Chaucer does his best to give him a bardic inspiration, and then Will just stands there. And Roland and Kate were like, "What are you doing? Losing? Why? I don't know."
This is kind of crazy because they put in this huge bet of like a shit ton of money that he's going to win this tournament. And
Will doesn't know this.
They never tell him. Like, they're never like, they never pressure him. They're never like, our fucking money's on the line. Like, they're just like...
Great friends. Great friends.
Yeah, great friends. Truly. Shocking.
Watt does get his revenge a little bit later on.
Yes.
But Will is just taking it. We get another great song montage. We get one of the best montages of Watt, Roland, and Kate on the side being sprayed with splinters. And this is where you get the pasta. Now that I'm looking at it, it does look it's so well done. I love all of this.
Yeah.
But this is when you get like, she says like, it's so romantic. It's very romantic though. And this is where Roland said, "Are you a woman or a blacksmith?" Sometimes both. This is where you get there, right? My
favorite is like a little bit after this, where he's lost a shit ton. He's in an incredible amount of pain. And so they put his arm in this fucking truly medieval type of contraption to basically pop his shoulder back into place. And it looks horrific, but I gotta tell you, it also looks like it feels fucking amazing. Like,
it feels amazing after that.
Yeah.
But this is where Watt gets his revenge. Will is all like Jocelyn is who I worship. Like she's my everything. And Watt's like, that's blasphemous. So yeah, this is where Watt does a little extra to hurt Will just a little bit more.
But it works. He got his shoulder back into place.
Roland is also like, just like, give up. Like, you don't have to take it. Like, no, I have to.
Yeah.
This is when Christiana, Jocelyn's maid, comes back and says, now Jocelyn tells me that you have to win to show her love. Will's like, what do you want from me, woman? He's had it.
The thing that I found frustrating about this is that, like, it wasn't like past the point of no return. Like she says this, he fucking wins. He wins all of it. Yep. Like, yay. Yep. And it's like, okay. Like, I wish there was a little bit more like actual sacrifice here of like, other than just the pain and like a little bit of humiliation. Like, I wish he would have gotten like second or third. Like, yeah,
but this is a sport movie. Ugh. This is a sports movie. Like,
empty threat.
In an epic, he would have lost everything. Even at the end, when everyone finds out that he's not actual royalty, what is a sir royalty, or is it just...
It's like nobility. I would say nobility.
Nobility, yeah. But they found out that he's not actually nobility. They kind of forgive him pretty quick.
Yeah.
With the fault of Prince Edgar, but still. You get another montage of Will winning. And this is where you get like the helmet going to the stands, and they do like a beach ball kind of thing with the helmet. It should have been a head. Just kidding. This is a great sports movie. This is a great sports movie. This is an okay romance movie.
It's a mid-romance movie. It's
a mid-romance movie.
It would be a shitty romance movie if the leads weren't hot.
Well...
It would be lame.
Yeah, but... Well, yeah, I mean, both Jocelyn and Will are extremely attractive people.
Yeah.
But, like, the next scene is at night. Chaucer is collecting the winnings. He walks by Will's tent and catches Jocelyn going into his tent. He says something awkward. She just says, "Bet him well, my lady, bet him well." I don't know. I didn't like that.
That's so funny.
Like, I feel like, really, Chaucer? That's all you got? All right.
That's really funny.
It's like, oh yeah, fucking good, man.
I guess I have a soft spot for Paul Bettany, and so I was just like, oh, he wants his friend to get laid. That's so sweet. Like, aw.
Oh, her.
Well, he doesn't care about her. He cares about his friend getting laid. That's what,
this is true. I guess. I just didn't like this whole scene. It felt a little awkward because
it felt.
All right.
It felt. Very
I like
unnatural.
her dress a lot. I like her gown. It was. This might be a little of my kink, but it was a little Princess Leia.
Oh, that's good. You got to keep that part in. Oh my god.
That's what she said. And it's again. These two people have incredible chemistry. I believe. They were extremely hot for each other. Yes, not all of that's good. So they're in bed. Will's still hurting.
I hated this.
He took a beating for her, and then he took another beating with her.
Got him. I could not enjoy this like final moment of intimacy because I was just like thinking the entire time of like he's literally got like fucking he had to get a surgery. Like he's stitched up right now. He should not be fucking.
I mean he's 19 again. That dick is a 19-year-old dick. So he's good. But also I just noticed that he has like a little surfer dude.
Like a puka shell necklace?
Yeah, without the puka shell, but he has something like that.
The medieval equivalent of a puka shell necklace. That tracks with the dreads at the start.
Yeah, no, seriously. But I don't like her lines. She's like, claim your prize. She says that about herself.
Yeah.
Like these lines were written by a man. And I don't know.
Yeah. Everything about their romance was so good up until this moment where I was like, it felt kind of weak.
Again, they're both kind of one-dimensional characters. Yeah. They're both teenagers, basically. Mm-hmm. Or like at least early 20s. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be dumb to what they say, I feel like.
Yeah.
Then we cut to them on a little boat, or a little ferry, more of a ferry. And this guy is pulling the chain. Mm-hmm. They're going back to London. It's foggy. Mm-hmm. It's sad. They're all kind of saying how long it's been since they've been in London.
Flashback
we
time.
all go at the end. Yeah, because like it's been 12 years. And flashback to when Will went with Sir Eric. Mm-hmm. Sir Eric looks like a badass in this flashback. He was big and intimidating.
Yeah, no, Sir... Like, I was kind of upset when we got to that part because I was like, I want to know his story. Like, I know. I'm so curious. Like, he seems like a fucking baddie.
But again, this is a campaign because a lot of campaigns happen in the middle or right after another adventure. So we were at the end of the previous adventure with Sir Eric, and this is where Will's adventure started.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's like, it feels like part of a bigger story. But Will's dad is there, and he's basically giving away his son so he can change his stars. Mm-hmm. When we see Sir Eric coming in the ferry, it's the same ferryman in the flashback.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was really cool because that's like, this is what happens if you don't want to change your stars. If you change your dreams, you're going to be a Thatcher forever. Like, you're going to be just here forever, like his dad. Mm-hmm. But you see Sir Eric in this really cool shirt that I just noticed. This like the last few rewatches that Watt is wearing a very similar shirt to Sir Eric.
That's pretty cool.
In the flashback, we see a very young Watt, a very young Roland.
Yeah.
I feel like they made them too young. I feel like they should have been a little bit older. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're both kind of... Roland looks like he's in his early mid-teens.
Yeah.
What? Like maybe 2-3 years older than Will. But Will is definitely like 6 or 7 years old. Mm-hmm. But, you know, Sir Eric... I keep calling him Eric. It's Hector. Doesn't matter. Sir Hector... it bothers me that it's Hector with no H. It's just E, Hector.
That's annoying. Me. Yeah.
But Sir Hector is kind of interviewing Will. Will's Will's fucking adorable. Mm-hmm. So he takes him with him as a squire. And then we cut to the London Old Bridge, which is not like the big bridge that we all see when there's ever like a movie in London. We see this big bridge. That's not the London Bridge. This is the London Bridge that we see here. And you get a very similar scene of the first flashback where Kid Will was watching the knights go by. Now it's him as a knight. So he changed his stars. He made his dream come true. He even sees like another kid. And then the movie kind of does this thing where I didn't like that the kid magically transforms into Will. So he kind of tells the audience, get it? Yeah, that didn't have to happen, but whatever.
I will say, so this aerial shot, so kind of going back really quick, right? So Will's dad, I don't want to say gives him up, but like gives him this opportunity, basically will not see him for years because he found his son this opportunity, which is really beautiful, really great. They say goodbye. They cut back to present day. The fucking fog clears. boom, it's London. We get this great aerial shot of London, like, and it includes, apparently, I didn't notice this, but a medieval version of the London Eye, which was not CGI. It was a model, and it cost $500,000 to build. Can you fucking believe that shit?
I love that. I love it when, because you know the director was like, we need this.
Yeah.
And he somehow not 20 convinced the producer, like, we're going to spend so much fucking money on this prop that happens for like half a second and it's way in the background. That you probably could have done CGI even back then.
Yeah, but I mean that's probably why we got that awful shot of like her face in the holy water.
That was
They moved around the money.
That's the shot that we remember.
Yeah. But yes, they have this parade. Will sees the young boy.
They have this parade, and I love that they have like the face paints. And then they have like the banners and all that. Will sees his hometown. This is when I think Watt or Roland. Oh wait, no, Chaucer catches up to Will, and he's like, "Guess what? Ademar's here. He got back from war. Prince Edgar disbanded his army because they were." And then this is when Count Ademar raping and pillaging and doing the oldest, or did he say the oldest sins in the newest ways? I feel like I've heard that somewhere before.
It's a great line.
But he keeps mean girling, but a little bit more serious, but still mean girling Will, like, I mean, he's kind of like, I'm going to beat you, blah, blah, blah. And then he kind of just casually says, well, okay, let's start talking about Jocelyn. And again, Count is kind of saying he's going to, does he say he's going to mount her? As in, like, put her on a wall? But he says something weird like that.
Yeah. Like she's like a trophy. Yeah. And then he basically breaks the news to Will of like, I'm in negotiations with her father to marry her. And it's like, oh, shit. It got serious.
Which that doesn't get resolved at the end. Like, I feel like in the reality, Jocelyn still goes with Count Ademar.
Either
and
that
it's even
or
worse
like
for her.
Count Ademar overplayed his hand, and maybe like Jocelyn's dad is like actually a good father and will listen to like what his daughter wants, because spoiler alert, we're about to get there anyway. Will eventually becomes part of the nobility. Yeah. And so
but he's still kind of a poor knight, but
yeah, he's a poor noble, but at least he's a noble, so at least they can probably finesse this marriage arrangement between him and Jocelyn.
Yeah. So, let's choose to believe that that's what happens.
Yes. Yeah, it's absolutely what happens.
Jocelyn is there looking at Will, giggling. The only time I don't like what Jocelyn is wearing. I don't like this dress at all. It looks like bed sheets.
That's so funny.
But they're still kind of competing. Will beats this other guy right away. And then we get to either later that day or the next day. And Will is again just riding, singing his horse. It's raining. He sees a little girl. They start talking.
He's back in his old neighborhood.
And he says like, oh, keep a secret. This very tall, amazing man used to live there, probably passed away a long time ago, my dad. And she's like, oh, he's still there. Then he does the thing that I hate kid actors do, is when you can tell that they tell them, now act sad. Because she's kind of like just talking normal and then she says, he's blind, sir. But he does it in a way of like it just, I think it was in Santa Claus when that happens also, when it was like just like really quick sad acting with kids.
It's kind of like when a computer falls asleep where you're like, hold up, what?
Yeah, it was very abrupt. Yeah, but I do really like the next scene where Will goes up to his old house and his dad is there making a net or like doing something.
Yeah,
his dad is blind. He's very old, and he kind of hears someone in and like, hey, your net's not ready yet. You can be later. And Will's like, I have news from your son. He sends you stars. Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
Tears. Like,
I'm crying right now.
Yeah, that was also one of the scenes that I remember from my childhood. Like, it's that poignant. Like,
it's so good. It's so good.
It's the framing of the scene. It's the pacing of the scene. Like, it's executed incredibly well.
And acted incredibly well.
Yes. Yeah.
Both Heath Ledger and Christopher Casanovi, the actor, John Tasher, they both acted their asses off. Like, it was just like amazing. So yeah, they reconnect. They're eating. And there's a leak, and Will kind of makes fun of his dad a little bit. Like, I'll go fix it. He goes up, And then, guess what? Count Adhemar followed him. And he sees that, Will is up there fixing a roof. How it goes from that to, he fake his nobility, I feel like it's a big leap.
It is a big leap, yes.
Like, I feel like it just happened because it needed to happen.
Yeah.
And we were coming up to the 2-hour mark, so we needed to finish this movie.
Yeah, we needed to wrap it up.
Like, come on. But then we go to talking about worst scene. I think this is my worst scene of the movie.
Ooh.
I did not like, something I learned doing this podcast throughout the whole thing is pacing, like how important pacing is.
Mm-hmm.
Whole scene had horrible pacing because it was Will is getting ready for the next joust, and actually it's going to be the last one. It's going to be with Count Adhemar, and this is when Chaucer and Jocelyn walk in. I do love what Jocelyn is wearing in this scene, and again also like purple dye extensions or something. Very Princess Leia. Again, very Princess Leia. Shut up. But this is when they tell him that Count Adhemar found him out and out of him as Will.
Yeah.
They all know that he's not nobility.
The jig is up.
Jocelyn again forgives him real quick. He's like, I'm cool with this. He does kind of say, because she's like, let's just escape. Let's just run away together.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't know what it means to be a peasant. Like, you're going to be hungry for the first time in your life.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. I kind of like that. There's so much theory there, but I feel like you can tell me I'm wrong, but I feel like there's too much back and forth. Like this scene lasts like 3 minutes too long. It's
also like, I feel like the way that they shot it, it's like the most, because it's the whole gang and Jocelyn. And at one point you get maybe two people in like a frame together, but it's a lot of switching of the camera. So like the framing is, I think, what makes this scene as bad as it is.
It's a frame, like for a movie that had great cinematography, great pacing, really good framing throughout the whole movie, really good acting. Even the acting, I didn't believe. Honestly, it felt like they need to wrap this up. Come on, wrap it up.
Yeah, they just like had like the junior cinematographer just like come in, but it's like very much like it's like a tennis match where you're just kind of like flipping back and forth consistently. It's too much.
So we got to the gang walking into like the jousting field. Is it a field? I don't know. Epic lighting. I do like this entrance a lot. We go back to the epic music. Bah, 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 and then we just slow-mo walking in. I do love that Watt is wearing a graphic tee. And then we get my third contender for the worst actor ever. David Fisher as the London King of Arms, who's the guy who says that we're here to arrest you. You're going to be arrested. It's so hammy. It's so much.
So funny.
Worst bowl cut haircut also, but I feel like it fits with the time. But yeah, then Will gets arrested. He's in the dungeon and Count Adhemar visits, and I don't think this is the first time he says this. Oh no, he said this the first time when Count Adhemar won, and he says, you have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found unwanting. Is that what he says?
And you have been found wanting. I think so.
You have been found wanting. Yeah, you have been found wanting. And just kind of punches Will. I feel like in a darker movie, he would have killed Will here or gravely injured Will.
Or like shivved him. Like at least,
Like in Gladiator.
Yeah.
But then cut to the stocks, and the whole city immediately turns on Will.
My favorite is that the kid that he sees, his younger self, is like the first to go up and fucking bitch slap him. Yeah. So funny. That kid turned so quickly.
Yeah, which, I mean, I kind of believe that.
Yeah.
Kids are demons.
They are.
And Will's there, and the party. This is where the party kind of goes in defense of Will. So Roland, Chaucer, Watt, and Kate. Kate has her, like, blacksmith hammer. Like, she's like the artificer. Like they're in full on like getting ready mode. There is a deleted scene. Ooh. Well, because first Chaucer crit fails. Like not one. Yeah. This one. He tries to calm the crowd, and they're not having it.
No, they don't care.
His charms just does not serve him here. There is a deleted scene when he does get a nat 20 and he does calm the crowd, and it's a beautiful speech, and he's like saying, he is one of you, why are you acting like this? And that kind of convinces the crowd, but that does downplay what happens next, which is the reveal of Prince Edward. in also the most epic way and epic clothes, and like he has like a really cool, like probably
His
anachronistic
fit,
coat. Yeah, amazing.
His baller, like
The actor's also amazing. I love that actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a movie on Netflix or a show on Netflix where he's great in that show. So he goes up to Will and kind of like, I know who you are,
mm-hmm.
and they kind of like have this like relationship of they know they each did kind of the same thing.
Yeah, they both pretended to be different people to do the thing that they loved.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's beautiful.
And there's mutual respect there because Will respected Prince Edward's decision and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And Prince Edward was like, all right, release him. And I have found that he's actually a noble from an ancient family. Say no to me. Come on, I dare you.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it. Oh, man, his fate is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of knights him right away. And again, the crowd just right away is all for Will again. Real quick. Hold on. Poppy wanted to get out now. So Prince Edward was like, all right, you have a tournament to win. Go kick his ass, basically. So we got to him back. And then we get Count Adhemar getting ready. And this random lady brings him a lance that instead of having like all of the lances from the tournament have like a safety tip. And he kind of explains this to Jocelyn. Like they're kind of blunted because they don't want to kill the knights. But this one, the tip is like marzipan, like it's false and it's actually pointed. So Count Danemark's wants to kill Will. Like he is a warrior. He has no issue with killing. Who the fuck is this lady? Just
I assume she's some fucking baker that just did wonders on creating this faux lancing tip. It's like
it kind of puffs in, puffs out. That's it.
It's a game of like, is it cake, but with a
lance. What's that Hunger Games? That guy who
PETA. Who like paints himself as the fucking rock to blend in. Yep, they're related.
The stupidest movie ever.
That's his fucking ancestor.
That's so dumb. Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
So we get this amazing slow-mo of Will versus the Count, and the prince is watching. Everyone's there except Jocelyn. Jocelyn's not there
because she's fake.
But yeah, Count hits Will, and he dents obviously, or actually penetrates the armor because
I thought the first one he gets in between like the armor. And like right in like the shoulder socket and stabs him.
No, he actually penetrates the armor. Like he goes in like in between, like on the steel. It's a little unclear, but I feel like the only reason I think he did penetrate the armor is because kind of to say that this was tipped. Like this is what happens with an actual real lance.
Yeah.
And he wasn't ready for like that armor's not meant for war. Like I feel like this is why they were kind of making fun of him because the Count Ademar's armor is for war.
Yeah.
This is not.
No.
Will's armor is just for jousting as a sport.
Yeah.
Because even his back is completely unprotected. Like he has nothing in his back. So they kind of find out that Count is cheating. Will doesn't care, but he's hurt. So that's the first round. Second round, Count hits him again. This time in the shoulder plate, so it's a little more protected, so it doesn't actually penetrate.
But Jocelyn's here now, right?
But yeah, so Will can't even hold his lance, but this is when Jocelyn arrives with his dad, with Will's dad.
Yeah, she went to go get Papa.
Kind of like not cool, because I don't know, he could die, but she didn't really know that, so I don't know. Also, it's really funny. Well, I'll get to that, but Will can't even hold his lance, so he's hurt, and he's like, take off the armor. How is this permitted? I don't know, medieval times. But he takes off his armor because we want to see Heath Ledger's face. And it's kind of he needs to unhorse the Count to win. Because he's not going to be able to do it otherwise. He's going to either die or the Count's just going to win because he has more flags. So we get another slow-mo or the last really slow-mo of Will. Like, this is like an extra slow-mo. He's just like, very epically. This kind of ruined the moment for me of him yelling, William!
Yeah, it was cringe.
Why did he yell his dad's name?
I think he did it as like a reclamation.
Or his stature. Look, I get it, because right before Watt says, your dad's here, and they're all chanting your name. They're all chanting William. That is your name. Because when he was writing the letter, like, no, you're Ulrich, you're not Will. But now Will, like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine me just kind of like, Jesus? Although Will is a better name to yell, but.
Yeah, it was a little like, okay, I wish this was just like a generic scream.
Next time you have like a win, just yell, Casey!
I'll make sure to do that, noting it.
Right before this, something I forgot, Chaucer does his last speech, because Will's getting ready, he's hurting, and then Chaucer's like, I forgot to introduce my man, Will. And he kind of does his speech. He kind of walks over Prince Edward's throne. Very funny. Very cool of him. Whatever. Yeah. He's loving it. But that kind of gives enough time for Will to kind of get ready. Obviously, Will kicks the Count's ass. And I do really like this part of when Will hits the Count and the horses the Count. You do get a kind of hallucination from the Count's point of view of the party. So, yeah, you get Roland, Watt, Kate, and Will each saying, you have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanting.
Yeah.
And I do love that the Count is not on the ground. Like, you see him from the top view, and you see him over the ground, but he's kind of hovering over the ground.
Yeah.
That part, amazing.
It was very cute. But, like, I think this movie overall, more than an epic, more than like it's a cute movie. It's very cute. Yes. And so like it fits vibe-wise.
Which is what you wrote in your letterbox. I saw that. How dare you call it dated? How dare you? I did see your Revenge of the Sith and Solo reviews also.
We can't talk about those. We'll record for another like 2 hours.
I know. I love Solo. I get it. I do love this. I enjoy Solo a lot.
It's a Star Wars movie that feels Marvel. It's a Star
Wars movie that feels Blade Runner. It was written by Cassian. It feels more cyberpunk, sci-fi.
It's an insult to Blade Runner.
Fantasy. It's not. But it was written by Cassian's, forget their name, but father and son duo, and the dad Cassian is the guy who actually developed more of Han Solo as a character starting on episode 5. He wrote a lot of Han Solo. So that was his passion project for Han Solo. Anyway. A Knight's Tale. So yeah, Will wins.
Yay.
Immediately recovers. Because he's jumping around, he's hugging Jocelyn, his shoulder doesn't hurt anymore.
He's A-okay.
He's A-okay. And there's a fun interaction between Watt and Chaucer here. They have a great just bromance.
Yeah.
Because it's new, and I like they're new best friends.
Yeah.
And then you get the kiss between Jocelyn and Will. Will doesn't even go hug his dad, by the way.
No.
And there's a rotating camera. And then kind of cheesy, but I kind of like it. The background just turns into the stars because he changed his stars. And that's the end of the movie. How do you feel?
I feel exhausted.
Long ass movie.
Yeah,
we have tangent a lot more.
Yes. Yeah, I feel exhausted by our tangents. Because we went off. We did our thing. And I'm thinking about the chocolate chip cookie upstairs for me. So I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go. But before we go, let's do some awards. So we got 3 awards. We have Best Actor Ever, Worst Actor Ever, and Best Scene Ever. So Casey, what is your Best Actor Ever?
To Mark Addy as Roland.
Really?
We didn't talk about him much, but he really made the movie for me. And I think just that clip of him fucking sewing, seeing Robert Baratheon be a little seamstress, I loved it. It made me happy.
More than Robert Baratheon, I think of him as the Full Monty guy. Ever seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
It's a great movie. You know what full Monty means? Oh, wait, am I on camera?
Yeah, your camera turned off.
Oh, fuck. Sorry about that. All right. So my best actor ever, I'm gonna give it to. I feel like Will's dad. What?
You fucking got a little fucking. Did I turn off my camera?
Wait, hold on. Let me do that. Hold on.
Wow. It's a fit.
You know what? This is how I go when I play Pendragon, which is not D&D, but it's more like this is how I go and play. I don't have to.
So funny.
I'm the only one that does that, and it's so hot, but it's like it's actually pretty light because it's just a cloth.
Yeah, you look a little bit like a nun. A little bit. Like I'm not gonna lie.
That's how kind of they wear it. Hold on, I can do this though. There you go. That's how I feel. But yeah, I'm like the coolest person that you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I was kind of bullshitting a little bit there. This will definitely put this in the stories, but I do want to give it to Will's dad. What's the actor's name? What's the actor's name? I forget. It's just, I mean, I feel bad for not giving it to Heath Ledger.
Yeah, well, he got an Oscar. He's fine.
He got an Oscar. Posthumously, but he got an Oscar.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love that whole thing with Will's dad. Won't be my best scene ever, but this is why I gave it to him.
Nice.
Made me feel things. What about worst actor ever? I have 3 in mind.
That's so funny. You know. I'm gonna give it to good old Rufus. I think he only has one facial reaction, which is annoyed. And actually, no, he has 2. He has annoyed and then a bit more annoyed.
I really disagree with that take.
That is A-okay. I think it's also like I'm still pissed. I don't like his performance in The Holiday either. So it's like I'm kind of carrying it over, this resentment towards him.
Watch Parijat Tam, and he's sure you might change your mind in this one. He's a little bit of a dick in that short, but there's also a good movie. It's another good movie with him. I forget the name of it, but I don't know. I gotta see him. I haven't seen Holiday, so I don't have that resentment. So I'm gonna give it to, and it was hard because I had the father at the beginning, the kid, but I feel like this is standard kid acting. Like this is how, like act sad, boom, you're sad. But I'm gonna give it to the guy from the guard that arrests William at the end, David Fisher.
Nice.
Like he's just like too much. Like just tone it down, dude. Like you don't have to go that hard.
He thinks he's at the Ren Fair.
Yeah, he is acting like we need to go to the Ren Fair. Casey, we're going to the Ren Fair.
Okay, all right, fine.
Best scene ever.
You know, there are the classics. There's Paul Bettany's naked ass. There's the reunion between father and son, Hugh Cat Stevens, and then. But I think for me, it's my man, Mark Addy. The scene where they're learning how to dance and he's just sewing in the background. Like, it's stuck with me.
Really?
I think about it so often. Like, when I'm feeling down, I think about him sewing. And you know what I think it is? It's Samuel learning how to sew right now. And I see that and I see my husband.
And I'm going to say this in the best way possible, but Samuel does give me Mark Addy vibes.
Yeah. No,
I can see that. Yeah,
absolutely a compliment in my mind.
Yeah, watch a Full Monty, and you'll know it's a compliment. Full Monty, you know what a Full Monty is? Is when they get completely naked. They show everything, and I don't remember actually if they actually show a Full Monty in the Full Monty, but it's all about them doing that Full Monty. It's really funny. So mine's kind of hard. There's a lot of good ones, like I said, but I'm just gonna give it to the very first scene of We Will Rock You. And you get the whole get the whole movie there.
Yeah,
it's and then ending, and I feel like this is a pattern for me. I give best scenes ever to the scenes that have like a little bow at the end, and the little bow at the end of that scene is the trumpet being the guitar. You can't get mad at that. Like it's like got it. I know what this movie is. It's great. And
it sets the tone really well.
And like the whole scene is ingrained, like the girl kind of dancing, awkwardly sexy dancing, and the drunk dudes. Like, that I think that's the best scene ever.
Yeah, I love that.
Casey, very important question. Solely based on this movie, was 2001 the best year ever for movies?
Yes.
Solid yes for me too. I honestly thought that you might have given it a no. A little bit based on your Letterboxd review.
That's fair. My Letterboxd reviews are far more critical than my best year ever reviews, which is funny. You would think this would be a lot more critical, but There's nothing about this movie that I actively dislike. And usually the movies that I actively dislike are the movies that I'll say like worst year ever. But if it's like, I like this movie, it's cool.
Yeah.
Best year ever.
Yeah. Good. I also feel like you've been getting more lenient the more we do this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because we've seen some stinkers.
No, I'm learning to let myself enjoy things.
Oh man. So yeah, this is it for this little break between 1994 and 1999 with a very special guest, Aristotle Acevedo, and I feel like I can say this, but we watched a Mexican movie, Exopure Lágrimas, because I really like this movie. It's a movie that growing up, and I was in my early teens in 1999, and this is what I thought how grown-ups would act and what it would mean to be someone in your early mid-30s. And spoilers, it's not, kind of is, a little bit, kind of not, exaggerated. Also, it's a movie that's completely in Spanish, and neither our guest nor Casey know a lot of Spanish. And Casey, not having even subtitles in English, did you get the plot of this movie?
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because that's the beauty of art. It transcends.
If that was your Letterboxd review, I also saw that, you snobby nerd. But yeah, that is it. We'll see you in 1999.
See you there.
Bye.
Bye. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good at jousting do you think you would be? Let us know and email us ever at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com. Also, feel free to DM us, bestyearever_pod. You can hit us up on Instagram, Blue Sky, and also YouTube. And don't forget to like, comment, rate, and subscribe.
Hey. You're around.
Oh my god.
Well, that's the post-credit scene.
Fitting.
Farts.
Ew.
All right. I'm stopping the shit.